Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, live to George Simonian Alumni Stadium. Tonight, the biggest game we've seen since Thanksgiving, Chelmsford against Central Catholic for the league title.
If you can't be ready to play tonight, Dan, I don't think in any game during the season. This is what you practice for. This is what the summer's for. This is what you work through the hot and the cold for. So tonight's a big one.
Definitely it is. But last week, Chelmsford, after falling behind early, 7-0, got right back into the ball game and ended up beating Haverhill 35-7.
And they did what they had to do, as we said last week. They had to win the football game, number one. They had to stay healthy, number two. And they did both of those, accomplished both of those objectives very nicely, and came away with a pretty, really pretty easy victory over Haverhill. That pretty undermanned football team, but gave a good account of themselves. Chelmsford has to be ready tonight, though.
You can't get us wrong, though, because though it was an easy victory, Haverhill was a very tough and physical team that the players did go home with bruises, and it was a well-earned victory. And it was really the air game that Brownie and Mark Brown and Jeff Smart were able to create against the Haverhill defense.
You're absolutely right. They, those two people were the keys to the football game, along with the defense. I thought after, with the exception of one play in the first period, the defense stood up and really did an excellent job. So all in all, I'm repeating myself, they did what they needed to do to set up tonight.
Well, all in all, Chelmsford undefeated. Central is undefeated in the league. When we come back, we're going to be joined by Kevin Redmond, correspondent for The Independent, and he's going to talk to us a little bit about Central Catholic. We'll be back right after this.
Certainly Central has had, I think, the more difficult of the schedule getting to this particular point. But you have to play the games that are on your schedule, and I think Chelmsford has certainly acquitted themselves very nicely. If you can, as I indicated a little earlier, if you can't be ready as a football player to play in a game like this tonight, probably you're in the wrong sport. So I certainly look for a little bit of a defensive battle out here tonight, Kevin.
Yeah, well, I think we've seen enough from both sides that you kind of get an idea what's going to happen. Chelmsford, the offense has clicked in a lot of different ways this year. The defense has been solid. Central's dodged a lot of bullets. Tewksbury had them on the ropes last week. Bill Ricker went up and down the field against them. So that gives you some confidence. But at the same time, you figure, well, Central beat those teams. So teams are playing well against them and losing, which means you got to take care of those little things. The turnovers and the penalties and the special teams are really going to be a factor tonight more than ever.
I agree. I think mistakes are going to be really needed to be kept at a premium tonight for both sides of the ball. And I think that, as you said, it's the little things, the motion penalties, making sure that you get your extra points after you score. Cleaning up really is, I think, a key to what both of these teams need to do.
Yeah, we talked with Coach Rich before the game about those Tewksbury and Bill Ricker games, and it's really tough in high school football to string together a 10 or 12 play drive without something going wrong. And that's what Central's kind of daring teams to do. They'll bend, and you'll see some yardage tonight. You'll see Chelmsford move the ball, but if they don't finish off those drives, then Central's going to win the football game because they kind of count on the fact that somebody will move or drop the ball or a flag's going to get thrown.
Well, Chelmsford's defense has one obstacle to look out, or really one obstacle to look out for, and that's Shaw, the tailback. And he had a great game against Bill Ricker. How do you suppose Chelmsford's going to combat him tonight?
Yeah, well, the advantage of meeting this late in the season, if you've seen some game films and you see what teams can do, and Central looked at what Lowell and Andover could do defensively, and they'll probably come after Brown tonight. Chelmsford may bring a few more people up on the line, keep the linebackers in a little tight, and maybe dare Central to win or do some things that it hasn't done yet to pull this game out. So, yeah, look at, Chelmsford, Tusignon's been great in the middle of the line all year, so he can be disruptive. And then you need to get the ends around the sides a little quicker. So you just basically surround the running back and see what else Central might have.
That's been, I think, I agree with your analysis. I think that Chelmsford really does need to take away first Central's biggest weapon so far, and that's been their running game, and find out whether they do, in fact, have a passing attack. Whereas I think Central had two things to think about coming into this game. Chelmsford's rushing attack, I think, Kevin, has improved as the season has gone along.
Yeah, absolutely. You get a lot of attention when your quarterback's already thrown for 1,000 yards. That's what everybody looks at. But there is some life in the ground game, and what Central has to worry about tonight is they still don't know who's going to do it on a given night. Some nights it's Fury, some nights it's Ben Walsh, but he's out right now. Central, you know what they're going to do. They're going to run that counter play. You're going to see them just pound away at the middle of the line. They just happen to be very, very good at it. So even if you do know it's coming, you can't stop it.
Execution is something that they've always been able to do.
Yeah, that's why they're 2 out of the last 3 Super Bowls they've been in and look good. So
Definitely. Well, with that, we're going to get some analysis from Coach Rich on what happened last week and what's going to happen this week.
Coach Rich of the Chelmsford Lions. Now, what were some of the weaknesses of last week's game against Haverhill?
Well, last week I thought that the offensive line started out kind of slow, and they picked up the pace as they went along, and they pretty much took over the game in the second quarter and in the third quarter. Our kicking game was very strong. Defensively, I thought we had a great night. They only sustained 1 drive, and Haverhill only had 1 big play. I don't know that there were any really glaring weaknesses or low areas that particular night. I think we're running on all cylinders.
Was it something that you were really proud of Chelmsford, like something that really was done well?
Well, for the second week in a row, we went down in the ball game. They scored on the second play from scrimmage, and our kids didn't flinch. They kept their cool, and they came back, and they played well the rest of the way. I think that the key was to stay patient, stay within ourselves, not get nervous, and just execute.
Was there anything about Haverhill that you were actually surprised in saying that they did well, or that you knew they were going to do well?
Well, we've been very impressed with their quarterback, Malesso. He's a great athlete. He's only a junior. They've had him at tailback. They played him at quarterback against us. He's going to be heard from down the road. He lived up to his pre-game hype, and I think if he gets a little more help next year, Haverhill could be a very good football team.
Now, coming up this week, you're going to play Central Catholic, and this is probably the most important game of the season. Are there any special strategies or any changes that you're going to make?
Well, defensively, they run a 7-man front. We see mostly 8-man fronts. We plan to run the ball probably a little bit more than we normally do, a little more power football, if you will, with the play-action pass. We plan on giving them several different looks. They run the wing T. Probably of any team in the league, they run that offense probably more consistently and better than anybody. They're well coached, they're well drilled. We'll have to show them many different looks, but the bottom line is we have to block them, and we have to tackle them, and the kids have to run the ball hard, and I think that'll be the name of the game.
Now, you heard Jeff Smart's prediction about the game and getting down early and then coming back by a couple of touchdowns in the end. Do you have any comments about that, or do you have your own predictions?
Well, that's what we've done in the last 2 weeks. So if we can do that again, go down and come back and win a ball game, I think it's a great prediction.
Well, thank you very much. Good luck at your game.
Thanks.
And welcome back. I guess we're going to take a look at some of the scores that we've had this year. First off the bat, playing North Middlesex, was a 28-7 Chelmsford victory right there.
Chelmsford's been able to score nicely in all their football games. I hope that certainly doesn't run dry. They then went down to Methuen and handled Methuen quite nicely in the first half, getting 28 points, and I think 28-14, if I'm not mistaken, which I think was my prediction, wasn't it, Dan?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I think so. Moving on to Tewksbury, it was 28-14 right there.
Yeah, right in that area. I
26-14.
was caught a little bit surprised tonight about going through the actual numbers, but you're close. Chelmsford by 2 scores. I think Tewksbury scored late in the game. Didn't really matter in the actual points column.
Methuen 35-14. Then going to Andover, only shutout of the season, 24-0.
Right. And then Lowell was a real scare, 21-20 with Lowell High School. And then last week going down to Haverhill, and the biggest point spread difference of the season.
Definitely. With that, we're going to take a look at one of the players that has really had a huge impact on the Lions, and that's Jeff Smart.
Certainly has.
I'm here with Jeff Smart, the starting wide receiver of the Chelmsford Lions. Now, Jeff, what were some of the strengths of Haverhill's defense?
Probably their biggest strength was probably their running game. When we tried to run inside, they shut that down pretty good.
What were some of the weaknesses of Haverhill's defense?
Probably the weakest part was Our special teams, their special teams was pretty weak. When we ran the ball outside, that was probably the biggest strength we had, for the running game.
What were some of the strengths of Chelmsford's offense?
Special teams with the big run back, because of the line was awesome. Running the ball outside, like I said before. The passing game.
What were some of the weaknesses of Chelmsford's offense?
Well, we had a couple of costly penalties towards the end of the game. That's about it.
Are there any, do you have a prediction of what the score of this week's game is going to be?
Oh, I could predict it pretty good. Chelmsford on top, but it'll be close down to the third quarter, and then Chelmsford will pull away in the fourth quarter by a touchdown or two.
All right, thank you very much.
No problem.
And we're back, and I must say, doing the interview with Jeff Smart, he was a very humble guy. Like, before the interview, I was prepping him for comical relief. I was going to say something like how Jeff leads Chelmsford High into victory every week, and he refused to do the interview if I said that. So he doesn't want to take any credit at all, but he really is a very important role of the team.
Really, it is. Football is one of those ultimate team sports, and not one guy can take credit for anything, because behind Jeff Smart's great catches are a great quarterback in Mark Brown, 5 great offensive linemen, tight ends, and running backs that do a great blocking job.
It truly is a team game, and you need 11 people on the same page at all times. One breaks down, and that's all it takes. As evidence, Drake had Bill Ricker beaten last week. A young man didn't show up on the field at the point for the field goal attempt. Bill Ricker blocked it. They had 10 against 11, and 11 are going to win 99% of those battles. So you're absolutely right. Central did win the toss, but they deferred to Chelmsford. So Chelmsford now is probably going to take the football. So interesting, Central strategy deferred. And Chelmsford will get the ball to start.
Just come up. So this is good. This is a really important game now, and we're gonna look at some offensive stats. Mark Brown, 51 of 80, 774 yards, 8 passing touchdowns.
Yeah, 51 of 80. That's about 63%, a little better than that, and that's just outstanding. 10 touchdown passes.
So right there,
Jeff
Revenge,
Ravanas,
9 of 119.
And some of his catches most of his catches have been real key ones.
Definitely. Greg Myers, 5 catches, 54 yards, the tight end. Jesse Hardick, 1 catch, 10 yards, and that was a touchdown catch.
And Jesse's been in on a lot of blocking assignments, so he's done a good job blocking.
Now Jeff Smart, 18 catches, 380 yards, 3 touchdowns.
Right, and if you do some quick math on that, that's over 20, I think, a catch.
Mike Smith, the tight end, 13 catches for 197 yards, and he has 2 touchdowns.
Mike's been an invaluable person.
That's something that Chelmsford really does a lot. Billy Walsh really turned it on. Now 37 carries, 251 yards, and a touchdown.
Right, and I think Billy's not going to play in this game tonight.
Bill Fury, 28 carries, 168 yards, 3 touchdowns. He's only a sophomore. John Kidd, the senior, 33 for 109 yards, 2 touchdowns, and he also has 3 catches for 14 yards. Andy Sheridan, 11 attempts, 76 yards, 2 touchdowns, averaging about 7 yards a carry. Mike White, 3 catches, 3 attempts for 12 yards. Tim Wellman, 3 carries for 15 yards. And back deep for Chelmsford.
All right, this is Sean Landis for Central, and we're right playing now, folks. This is Andrew Sheridan coming up the middle with some blockers, and he's driven back by the Central defense at the Chelmsford 30-yard line.
It's taken down by Mike Farrick, number 25. He's a sophomore, 5'11", 165. Listed as a halfback defensive back, and really got in there, and he made a nice tackle.
Certainly did. Chelmsford's going to start this football game 1st and 10 from their own 30-yard line. The quarterback is Mark Brown. Running backs are John Kidd, and it looks like, is it Mike Holt in there? Tim Holt in running back, tailback position. Smart's in motion. And he's throwing out here in the flat to John Kidd, and he's open. And Johnny breaks a tackle and gains. He throws another tackle, folks. Just the way you want to start. Johnny showing real desire.
Wow, look, just showing absolute power in there. Moves it up ahead. Looked like he was going to be wrapped up for only a 2 or 3 yard gain, and ends up getting the first down right there.
Right, 14-yard completion from the 30 out to the 44-yard line of Chelmsford. Brings up 1st and 10.
Incredible effort.
That's the kind of second effort that you like to see. Chelmsford spreading the football field. Johnny Kidd is the running back. Mike Smith in motion. Handoff to John Kidd going outside, and he's outside again, folks. He's outside, gain of about 7-8 yards, up to about the 47-yard line of Chelmsford. Nice blocking out there, a nice run by John Kidd.
Kidd going outside, showing his speed. He runs a 4.440, which is one of the fastest times on the team, and really showing that speed on the outside run there.
This is very indicative right now of what Kevin Redmond alluded to in the beginning, that Central tends to bend a little bit, but they protect their goal line. So let's see what happens. Chelmsford 2nd down, 2 yards to go for a 1st down. Ball is just across the 45-yard line. Long count by Mark Brown. A lot of movement by Chelmsford. Quick look-in pass to John Kidd. John's been involved in all 3 plays here, Dan.
Yeah, figuring they want to get him involved. The senior has done a great job blocking. Really hasn't seen a whole lot of action, or as much as you'd like to see him in the running or catching.
So it's going to bring up a 3rd down, 2 yards to go for Chelmsford for the 1st down. Ball is right on the 45-yard line, Chelmsford's own 45-yard line. Early in the first period, 9:30 to go. No score. Chelmsford running straight ahead. That's Kidd coming up and looks like he's got the 1st down. Nice blocking ahead of him, and he powers ahead. John Kidd has touched the football on every single offensive play so far.
I can speculate that John Kidd's been involved in each play because of the lack of Bill Walsh in this game due to a knee injury.
All right, so that's 1st and 10, the second one for Chelmsford in this drive. Ball is just shy of midfield. Chelmsford taking the initial kickoff now and moving 20 yards up to midfield. And it looks like a little confusion here offensively, and Chelmsford's going to take a quick timeout.
Just a second while we have this time right here. If you're thinking about coming out to the game, make sure you bring some canned food items, non-perishable. Chelmsford High School Student Council is collecting canned goods, non-perishable food items. Bring in a can. You're entered into a raffle for gift certificate to either Applebee's or Ciro's.
That's a great cause, and you might win a prize as well. All right, here we go again, folks. Chelmsford 1st and 10 from midfield. Jeff Smart in motion again. Long count by Brown. Motion to the other side this time. Pitch back to Tim Holt. He breaks across a gain of about 4. Across the 50-yard line, down close to the 45-yard line of Central. Another positive offensive play, good 1st down yardage.
Yeah, really nice job by Holt coming around the outside. Tried to spin move, and the Central Catholic guy just wrapped him up. But did a really nice job.
Very impressive so far, Dan, with Chelmsford's motion on offense. They have 2 and 3 people moving before the ball is snapped. Everybody is set when they need to be, and I think it's confusing Central. Coaches are asking for a timeout. They just didn't like something there. You could hear them screaming down on the field for a timeout. So the play that was sent in, Dan, I don't think was the play that the offense lined up to run.
No, I don't think so, and that's tough. Now this is already the 2nd timeout. Chelmsford only has 3 more for the entire half.
Right, and we're only just about 3 minutes into the football game, and we've already used a couple of those timeouts.
You don't want to be making those mistakes, but you see Mark Brown coming back in Central Catholic. Defensive huddle right there. Just trying to put the ball. They're already over midfield right now.
It's nice this year that they don't have to spend the entire timeout. They can elect to make it a shorter one, and that speeds the game up. All right, here we go. 2nd down, 6 yards to go for a 1st down. Verhardik in motion. Brown straight back to pass, looking downfield. He's being rushed, being sacked. He's being brought down. Nice defensive play by Central. And it looked like the left end came in, number 40, I believe, for Central, who is
Andrew Matos.
Andrew Matos picking up the sack there, big sack, bringing Chelmsford back to their own 40.
Yeah, that's
It was Matt Maroon who came through and sacked Brown. So Chelmsford is now third down, about 18 to go for a first down. Big loss.
That's definitely a passing situation for the Lions now. Unfortunately, Central did a nice job with the
Brown
rush.
back to pass, looking downfield. Good protection, throws it downfield. No receiver in that area, though. He did have time to throw the football, but there was no one there, so it's going to bring up a 4th and 18, and Chelmsford's going to have to turn the ball over to Central here. Nice drive started. One play that was a sack, and that certainly stopped that drive.
Well, yeah, it certainly did kill it. 14-yard sack, 14-yard loss, and sometimes that's the way it happens.
Into punt for Chelmsford is number 19, and that's Eric Mounsey. And dropping back for Central looks like let's check that before. Great kick.
That's number 8.
Real nice kick. That's Shaw, their running back. And he picked the ball up, and he's going to be dragged down, knocked out of bounds somewhere around the 15-yard line. That ball just sailed over his head, Dan.
Great kick by Eric Mounsey, and Mounsey is actually looking at a couple of D1 schools for kicking. We can take a look at some of the defensive stats from last week. 2 individual tackles for Dan Willett, 4 assists. For 25 down there. Evan Dunn, 11 assists, 5 tackles by himself. Incredible kid. John Marengi, 2 assists. Threw in there.
All right, we're back to live action. Number 2 is the quarterback for Central. His name is Adam Muzzaral, and he's calling signals. He has the ball on his own 15-yard line. And straight ahead, he's coming outside with the ball himself, coming wide, and he's brought down by number 25 for Chelmsford.
That's Willett.
And that's right. Nice gain, though, for Central, about 7 yards on the play. Bring up a 2nd and 3.
Take a look at this. Mike Tusignan was incredible last week. 7 individual tackles, 7 assists. Forced a fumble as well. 2 tackles for Tim Leahy, 4 assists.
Okay, we're back. Central with an offset backfield. 2 backs wide from the quarterback's left-hand side. Shaw is in motion. Give is straight ahead and fighting for yardage and getting a first down, I do believe, is number 40 for Central, and that ball carrier was Andrew Matos.
Going back to the stats, Tim Daly forced a fumble. He also had 4 individual tackles. Linebacker, John McIsaac, 3 individual tackles, 2 sacks.
Central 1st and 10, their own 24-yard line. Ball's given off straight ahead, running about a gain of about a yard that time. And the ball carrier
That's Shaw.
was Shaw, stacked up by the middle of the Chelmsford defensive line. Shaw gained about a yard. Nice defensive play at Chelmsford front 4.
Really, that's the strength of their defense. You heard, well, the Chelmsford defensive weakness has been the outside.
That's right, and I think Central, you'll see, set up the run on the inside and then come outside when they need some yardage. And straight ahead, gain of about 4 on the play. Corey's wrapped up by Tusignan, and that was also Shaw again.
Tusignan coming out of the game right now. Nick Palumbo, 4 individual tackles, 2 pass deflections. Chris O'Brien, 3 individual tackles, 4 assists.
We've got a 3rd down, Central. The ball is on their own 30-yard line. 3rd and 5 to go for a first down. Central quarterback, Mazzell, back to pass. He's got a receiver wide open out on the flat for the first down. His receiver wide open, plenty of time to find his receiver. Receiver is number 3, Aaron LaCharity. And he gains about 10 yards on that play, bringing the ball up to the Chelmsford Central 44-yard line. Central's got a nice little drive going here.
Yeah, they got that drive going, and we'll just see what happens, see how Chelmsford reacts to it. Tusignat came out of the game. Looked like he banged up his hand a little bit.
Right, he's wearing some heavy tape on there as well. Here's the running back, Shaw, and he's outside, and he's got speed down the sideline. He's down inside the 20, and he's going to take this into the end zone for the touchdown. A nice blocking scheme up front by Central, and Shaw was off to the races. He just pulled away from every Chelmsford defensive back, going a distance of about 54 yards on that play for the touchdown.
He just broke outside, and his speed is incredible. One of the fastest kids we've seen all year, and just completely outran the Chelmsford defenders.
You never want to get down in the game, but this is the third week in a row that Chelmsford has been that the opponent of Chelmsford has scored first blood. So I think this might be a good omen that Chelmsford will still be able to come back because they've done it before.
Sean Landers on to try the extra point. He's an excellent kicker. Ball is down, the kick is up, and it's right down the middle. And Central has broken on top, folks, 7-0.
Congratulations to the CHS Marching Band Color Guard Majorettes. They just completed a successful competition season by performing for the first time ever at the state finals this past Sunday. They earned a bronze medal, and in 2 of the performance categories, they achieved 4 stars out of a possible 5. In the previous 2 competitions, they gave consistent 3- and 4-star performances. Drum majors Dave Byro, Emily Janot, Major Captain Shannon Taylor, and color guard captains Christine Pariseau, Aaron Burns, and Jen Atkinson, and we'll finish that afterwards.
Once again, this is Sheridan with the football, and he's coming up this time. He gets a little better field position, brings the ball back up across the 30-yard line to about the 32-yard line of Chelmsford. Looks like Landers is deliberately kicking the ball away from Smart. He's identifying where Jeff Smart is and kicking the ball away from him, and I think that's a good strategy on Central's part.
Oh, that definitely is the good strategy on Central's part. Really trying to keep Smart out of the ball game, and Smart has been well covered on the situations that Chelmsford has had offensively.
Chelmsford is starting their second offensive series, and this is the 3rd time on offense that they've been confused. They had a player coming late into the huddle again to start this play. So interesting that this is taking place. Ball carried straight ahead by number 6, and that's Tim Holt again. Nice gain of about 5 yards, 6 yards on that play, we'll call it. Brings up a 2nd and 4. Straight ahead.
Looks like Fury's coming in to be the tailback, and they're going with that 3-man set. The lead blocker is going to be Evan Dunn with John Kidd also in there.
That's right, and I think Chelmsford's going to just say to Central, we're going to give you a little bit of what you gave us. We're going to try to run the football right back at you. Ball carried by Fury. Gain of about 2 on the play. It's going to bring up a 3rd down, and just we'll call it about long yard for the first down.
Yep. 3rd and now about 2 for the first down.
Chelmsford, Central, looks really quick, Dan. They look quick on defense. They certainly look quick on offense. They're coming off the ball really nicely here.
Well, they always are. They're never a very big team.
And Johnny Kidd straight ahead, and I think the second effort definitely gives him the first down. He's up across the 40-yard line to the 44-yard line. Gain of about 3 on that play. So John Kidd again is in this football game and looks like maybe a weapon that they can go to.
Yeah, second effort, obviously impressive by John Kidd. He's quite a strong kid. If you see him outside the football pads, I mean, everyone looks big in football pads, but he still looks big outside of football pads.
All right, so 3 running plays for Chelmsford and a first down. And we're going to sweep to the left-hand side. Fury's being forced deep. Now he cuts it up, cuts it inside, and makes a nice little gain out of that, about 5 yards on the play. Central strung that out, Dan, but Fury was able to cut it back a little bit.
Yeah, Fury really did a nice job cutting outside. They realized he had a little bit of a slot and cut back inside for a 4-yard pickup. So
we're in the second period, folks. The clock showing 2:27. We're going to see a replay. It's down. excuse me, if I said second period just a moment ago, it's the first period, obviously, and it's clock showing 2 minutes to go. Chelmsford, their second possession of the game, third down now, about 6 to go. Bill Fury not gaining much on that play.
No, stopped right up the middle.
Chelmsford would like to certainly maintain a first down here, keep the ball out of the hands of Central. They're trailing. Chelmsford is trailing 7-0 in the first period. Brown, straight back to pass, looks down the field, hits his receiver, Smart, beautifully.
What a catch.
Great catch. The Central defender, number 3, Aaron LaCharity, was right there. But this was a nicely executed play, going down, stopping, coming to the sideline, a timing route, and the ball is right there when Jeff makes the turn.
Excellent job by Jeff Smart right there. Just as he touched the ball, he was hit very hard.
So Chelmsford now is into Central territory on the Central 41-yard line, a pass play gain of about 12 yards from Brown to Smart. We've heard that before. Inside handoff to John Kidd, and he's got daylight. Johnny just busted right up the middle. Little trap play in the middle, and Central was trapped. Gain of about 15 yards on the play, taking the ball now down inside the Central 30.
That's what you like to see. You letting Chelmsford exploit the size of Central Catholic's defensive front seven. They really don't have that big of a team.
Chelmsford has mixed up the run and the pass very nicely so far. Have a drive going now inside the Central 30-yard line. Ooh, straight back to pass is Brown looking for his receiver over the middle, and he's completed, and it looks like another first down. And that looks like
that's Mike Smith.
Mike Smith, number 92, his big tight end. Mike has got great hands. When he gets the ball there, he's going to catch the ball.
Now Chelmsford is starting to move it, doing what we like to see from them, really mixing it up, keeping Central on their toes.
Chelmsford has 1st and 10 on the Central 17-yard line. Clock showing 27 seconds in the first period. Chelmsford trailing 7-0. Brown, straight handoff. Coming to the left-hand side. That looked like number 23, I believe, for Chelmsford.
That's 32. That's 32? Mike White.
Mike White, sorry. Had the numbers reversed. Mike gained maybe a yard on that play, not much at all. So it's going to make it second down. This is going to end the first period, though. Fast-moving first period.
Yeah, it really was. Really didn't have a whole lot of passing in the game, and that'll obviously speed it up. Only one score. And
well, we know that Central isn't going to pass the ball, and certainly that's going to make the clock keep going. And I think that's their strategy. Keep the ball and not let Chelmsford have many chances. All right, we're back in the start of the second period, Dan, and Chelmsford's trailing in the football game 7-0, but they have the ball on the Central 17-yard line. They started this drive on their own 32, and they've moved the ball, but it's 2nd and 10. The first down play got no yardage at all, so it's 2nd and 10, Chelmsford on the Central 17.
It's going to be White as the deep back. The two-man backfield.
This is a spot in the field where Chelmsford has not been afraid to put the ball in the air in other places. And Brown is back to pass, and he's looking down the field. He's going to run this one, and he's got daylight, folks. He turns this one up down close to first down yardage. Nice gain by Mark Brown, taking it down to about the 7-yard line.
Completely had everyone fooled. Good fake coming up the middle, and no one caught Brown coming around the outside, and that's like a 7-yard gain for Mark Brown.
So we have about, it looks like 1st and goal, I think, Dan. He's inside the 5-yard line, so that has to be a first down.
There we go.
So we've got about 1st and, we'll call it 5 because he's just barely inside the 5-yard line. What a great play by Mark Brown, tucking that ball under and taking it down the field. He turns and he hands straight ahead, running up inside the 5, inside, down close to the 2-yard line.
It's close down there.
Right, it is. Evan Dunn doing some blocking, and that was Mr. Holt again. Chelmsford has the ball on about the Central 2-yard line, 2nd and goal. Chelmsford trying to answer the long run by Central's Darren Shaw. Central tight in the middle. Full house backfield for Chelmsford.
3 fullbacks in there.
Fumble, I think. I think the snap was fumbled. There was looked like a bad exchange, and that's going to bring a little bit of a loss here, and it's also going to bring up 3rd down. And maybe a loss of 2 yards, so it's going to be 3rd and goal from the 4.
Yeah, I didn't exactly catch what exactly the problem was in that play. Chelmsford recovers the football, obviously, and still has a chance in here.
Interesting call here by Coach Rich. Mark has the play, and I wouldn't be surprised to see him roll out somehow, give him a little bit of an option, run pass, and he's back to pass. He's rolling out. He can get into the end zone, folks. Little speed, and he's in, untouched. Great call by Coach Rich.
Again, same play, then going around the outside. We got the bells again down here. Nice to hear them going. It's 7-6.
Wow, that was just a beautifully planned out play, giving Mark Brown the option to run and pass, putting the pressure really on the Central defense. So 2 key plays by Mark Brown himself. Haven't seen him run the ball very much this year. Well, and we're going for 2, folks. And I don't see any call. No, we did not get it. Chelmsford tried to take the lead, but failed. Direct snap, so that will make the score. Chelmsford, it's Lawrence Central 7, Chelmsford 6.
I think Coach Rich signaling that he actually wanted to go for 1. Holding up one finger, I'm not sure.
Right, I think there was maybe a miscommunication in that play. All right, here's the replay of the touchdown. Mark Brown looking down the field, seeing no one, and just using real nice speed to get the ball into the end zone. An answering scoring drive by Chelmsford when they needed it. And unfortunately, the point was not completed. But we said in the beginning, Dan, that little things, executions of little things are going to be important.
Yep, they really are going to be important. For all these, for both of these teams down here, it's, we know it's going to be a close game. Both of these teams seem like they're very evenly matched, for the title, for the whole ball of wax. That's
right, and it's up to, I think, the defensive coaches now. Both offenses have shown they can move the football, and whichever defensive coach is able to bring up, I think, the better adjustments here, that team is going to walk away with a victory. So we'll put a little pressure on Coach Fletcher, and I know he'll appreciate that from me. Right, Jack? All right, here is a kickoff by Mounsey. Another booming high kick. Coming down to about the 10-yard line. Straight up the middle comes a Central running back, and he's still on his feet, coming up close to the 37-yard line. Good field position for Central. And that looked like number 3, and that's LaCharity, folks. Aaron LaCharity and Darren Shaw are the 2 key offensive performers for Lawrence Central.
Coming up the middle, and really can't say enough about Central's blocking game, the wedge that they put forth against Chelmsford.
That's right.
Right there.
All right, here we go. Central's second offensive series. Muzzarella, the quarterback, number 2. And he calls signals, given straight ahead, and stuffed by Chelmsford this time. Now there's a defensive adjustment by Chelmsford right away that we didn't see in the first series. Look at the number of Chelmsford defenders there. Evan Dunn for Chelmsford. And Barry McDonald both making their presence felt on that tackle. Loss of 2 yards.
Big play for Chelmsford, showing that they can stand up against this run. So
you want to put Central in a passing situation, and that's what they're trying to do right here. 2nd and 12. Ball on the 33-yard line of Central. And this is again a negative play for Central. And this ball carrier is buried back inside the 30-yard line. You could call 11 names, Dan.
Yeah, at the end, I think he had 8 guys on him, maybe 9. I don't know right there, but complete defensive stop.
This looks like a totally different defensive team than we saw in that first series. Just absolutely all over the quarterback. And he's in the passing situation. Now we have to play that defense.
You also have to worry about the run to the outside, which I think Central will be apt to do in this situation.
3rd and 17.
Long sweep play where you can get.
And ball is coming outside. I don't see any flags. It looked like Chelmsford had jumped.
It looked like you got it looked like he got back.
And Coach Adamopoulos of Central is out on the field, folks. He wants a flag as well. He can't believe that there was no flag thrown on that play. It's going to be fourth down nevertheless. From where I stood, it was a great call. But, of course, I'm wearing a red hat. So it's going to be fourth down now and about 20 yards to go for a first down.
The line official on the near side right here, immediately after the snap, signaled safe and saying that there was no infraction.
Central is punting, almost blocked, and the ball's coming down to about the 40-yard line of Chelmsford, kicked out of bounds. The punter was LaCharity on the play, and he kicked a nice kick, just getting it off. Central's wandering around a little bit now, looking at each other, wondering who are these guys in the red suits? They weren't there in the first period. So Chelmsford's trailing 7-6. They're going to get the ball for the third time now on their own 41-yard line.
3 great defensive plays by Chelmsford right there, and they almost blocked that punt as well. They're showing the pressure these guys want to put on the Central Catholic team.
All right, Brown the quarterback. Smart in motion. Brown straight back, fakes, looks out into the flat, got a receiver wide open in the flat, needs a block, and John Kidd is out of bounds, gain of 10 yards.
It's going to be just short of the first time. LaCharity knocks him out of bounds, but he was wide open.
Absolutely, Dan. He was just running out there by himself. Great fake by Mark Brown. He had time to find him. Mark rolling out really puts pressure on the defense.
The clock anyhow was stopped, but you get into a situation where Chelmsford is moving the ball downfield. I think it might be a good idea for Coach Adamopoulos to take a timeout on his side.
May very well be. Ball is just across the 50-yard line. It's second and about a foot and a half for a first down. Good throwing down here. Fake and a throw. Quarterback sneak for the first down. So the clock will stop. It shows 6:27 to go in the second period. Chelmsford moving again on their third offensive series. 1st and 10. Ball is inside Lawrence Central territory on the 46 or 7-yard line. A little slow arriving crowd tonight, Dan, but boy, they're here now on both sides of the field. There's a lot of people here.
It's a good crowd, 6,000 or 7,000 people, I'd say,
right
here tonight.
All right, here comes Chelmsford. 1st and 10. Sopel in motion. Fake inside trap to John Kidd again. He avoids a tackle, and he bursts out over the 40-yard line into the 39-yard line. John Kidd picking up about 8 yards on that play.
Well, you see right in the middle of that, right there, how he just broke free and opened up. Just his speed. Getting him like 4 or 5 yards in the middle, and then the second effort getting him another 2 yards.
Johnny has really been a factor tonight, Dan. He's touched the ball many, many times and been a positive player in each one of those occasions. 2nd and 2 to go for a first down. Central showing blitz, and I think they might have either caused the Chelmsford player to move or made a touch. And I think Chelmsford's going to be forced back 5 yards here.
Yeah.
So Central showed blitz for the first time, and it got Chelmsford a little bit jumpy at the line of scrimmage. It's going to make it now 2nd down and about 8 yards to go. First penalty of the game, folks.
First penalty of the game, comes with 5 minutes left in the second quarter. Relatively clean game played by both
very
teams.
crisply played game. Brown back to pass, plenty of time. Got his receiver again, and just a great pass. Mike Smith again, the receiver, his second catch of the night. Mike takes it down, takes it up for the first down.
They've both been good catches, too, big catches. And you see Mark Brown, he's aware of his surroundings. You see he held up to throw that ball in motion. He's just about to step over the line of scrimmage, which of course is a big no-no. And
Chelmsford's got the ball, 1st and 10 on the Lawrence Central 30-yard line. Mark he has had multiple receivers on plays that he's been able to pick out and throw to. Chelmsford mixing it up. This is Bill Fury running straight ahead, gaining about 5-6 yards straight ahead. Chelmsford is moving the football crisply.
Well, that's really important for them to do. They missed the 2-point conversion. A little bit of confusion down there, of course, on the conversion attempt. But now it's important for them now to get the lead as they trail by a point.
Chelmsford first, 2nd and 5 on the 25-yard line of Central. I'm surprised, as you said in earlier, Dan, that no timeout has been taken by Central. I think they could use one. Brown back to pass. He's rolling to his right. He's looking downfield. He throws, and it's incomplete. Off the hands of a Central Chelmsford player. So an incompleted pass. Bring up 3rd down on about 5 now.
Looks like Darren Shaw almost came up with it for Central.
Yeah, that was close. Shaw had his hands on it and almost made the pick on that play. Marcus had room to run the ball on each one of these plays. And there again, I think he had 1st down yardage and more should he have chosen to do so.
Well, the thing about Chelmsford is they're forcing Central Catholic to put guys up front to guard against the run. But look at the way they're flooding
No
this.
backs in the backfield. Mark's by himself. And he's back to pass. Rush from the outside. His pass is out, and it's incomplete. On the ground, intended out there for, it looks like, Jeff Smart. And it's going to bring up a 4th down and 5 to go. A little bit outside of field goal range. This is a 4th and 5 where you're going to have to try to pick up the 1st down. Clock showing just under 4 minutes to play in the 2nd period. Central 7, Chelmsford 6. So far, folks, this game has lived up to its pregame hype. Something that games don't always do.
Well, he has. In the Boston Globe poll, Chelmsford ranked number 7 in the Eastern Massachusetts. Central is ranked 19.
All right, Brown calling signals. Central jumps a little bit. Central jumps again. Long count. I think Mark intended to try to get them to jump offside and took a timeout. Central kept its poise.
Yep. Well, he did. That probably just was the situation right there, trying to draw him off sides, and I don't think Mark Brown had any intention of snapping the ball right there.
Well, he's going to have to snap it this time, and it's still going to be 4th and 5, and I would assume that Chelmsford is still going to try to pick up the 1st down. No field goal and certainly no punt. It's an important play. We're still in the first half of the game, but Chelmsford has moved the ball very nicely down the field, and a 1st down here would really put them in good position. Certainly keeping the ball away from Central in for the rest of this period.
Definitely that's the case.
I would again look for Mark to have the option, run-pass option on this play. It's been successful. Central doesn't quite know how to, or has not shown yet that they can defend it, so I wouldn't be surprised to see the same thing.
What's been happening for Chelmsford now is they're forcing Central to put guys up front to guard against the run. They're also forcing guys to guard against the pass, which leaves both ends on the outside completely open for Mark Brown to do what he wants.
All right, here we go, folks. Brown drops back to pass, looking quickly to the sideline, and it's incomplete. Tenders for his receiver, Smart on the play. Central has held on downs, and they will take over 1st and 10 from the Chelmsford, from their own 25-yard line. So they stiffened nicely on that drive. Chelmsford was moving the football. Here's a replay, folks. Ball is just wide of where, looking for 1st down yardage. Thrown to the outside.
Just out of the reach of Jeff Smart.
Right. So Central has its 3rd chance this evening. 1st chance successful. 2nd chance, they went backwards. And here they come again, and they're going nowhere this time. Evan Dunn and many of his friends.
Looks like Central Catholic lost about a half yard in that play.
Mr. Shaw has been greeted by a number of people at the line of scrimmage that time. He lost, you're right, Dan, lost a half a yard.
Nice job by the Chelmsford defense stiffening up. I think they're realizing that Central's going to come up the middle. That's,
Mike Tuzanot and Evan Dunn once again. Central is taking its time now. They're in no hurry. They have the lead. Chelmsford has to come to them now.
Central will get the ball in the 2nd half as well.
That's right. And Mazzola is back to pass, and he throws a lame duck up there, and he's got a receiver.
Wow.
And this is for trouble, folks. He's running wide open down the sideline, deep into Chelmsford territory. That pass just never should have been completed. Number 87 for Central. Pat Catulli is the receiver. Muzzerall threw that ball up for grabs. There were 2 Chelmsford defenders that just went over. They went for the ball. Ball went over their heads, and Central ended up with a long gain on that play. Gain all the way about 50-yard pass completion.
Well, Chelmsford got a little bit, or the Chelmsford defenders got a little bit, came up a little too much on that play.
Oh, this is a straight-ahead handoff with a nice hole. Running real well across is Adam Matos, running deep into Chelmsford territory for a first down. Central can move the football.
Brought down by number 46, Gary McDonald, number 25, Dan Willett.
And they have the ball 1st and 10. They're on the Chelmsford 12-yard line. Clock showing 2 minutes and 34 seconds. Central 7, Chelmsford 6. Chelmsford has to come up with a defensive answer now. Muzerall, Matos, Shaw, the deep backs. He rolls out. He's running wide himself. He's keeping it himself. Gives a nice fake. He's quick, and he's driven out of bounds down around the, looks like the 5-yard line. Gain of about 6 yards on the play. He's going to bring up
Number 2, Adam Muzerall.
a second down and about 5. Clock stopped with 2 minutes and 10 seconds. Central deep in Chelmsford territory thanks to a long pass completion. Muzerall looking to pass, and it's completed, and it's a touch. It's picked off, and down the sideline comes Chelmsford, and he's still on his feet. Oh, what a great interception by Chelmsford.
Tim Leahy.
Tim Leahy just stepped in front of the receiver, folks. I thought that was a touchdown. That man was wide open.
Went into one Central Catholic player's hands, into another, and then Tim Leahy pulled it out of his hands.
I don't know how that ball was not caught. Do we have a replay of that one, folks? That would be a great one to see.
That is exactly the kind of thing that Chelmsford needs to do to turn around the momentum of this game if they're going to do this. This is at a critical time right now.
And it's 1:56 on the clock. Chelmsford stuffed out a Central scoring drive, brought the ball back up to the 32-yard line, and they have the ball 1st and 10. Big momentum swing there.
Now they got just under 2 minutes to put the ball in the end zone.
And this is John Kidd running wide. He's got some blockers on the outside, and he's out, trips, falls down a gain of about 8 yards. Brings the ball up to the 45-yard line. And I think we have a timeout called. Well, we have a flag on the play. Timeout Chelmsford. Sorry, folks. Timeout Chelmsford. Nice game by John Kidd. He was out there pretty much by himself, Dan.
Really was, showing his speed around the outside. And just tripped, a blade of grass that maybe that was cut a little higher than the rest of the field.
John's rushed the ball 8 times in the first half for 65 yards so far, and certainly impressive statistics. Caught a couple of passes as well. Clock is an enemy now, 1:43 to go. It's 2nd down and 2 yards to go for a first down. Chelmsford has the ball on its own 43-yard line. Chelmsford has, I believe, taken 4 timeouts, Dan. Is that correct? Or
I think that's right. Yeah, 4 timeouts.
So that means they have 1 left, and they're going to have to use that wisely. Use the sideline, use the timeout. Central knows they're going to use the sideline, though. Brown, back to pass. Looking down the field, he's rushed. And a short gain, incomplete. Incompleted pass. It's going to bring up 3rd and about 2. I guess that play, Dan, was designed to get the first down, get out of bounds. Chelmsford needs to get a first down now, though. They want not to give the ball back to Central.
Smith was hit hard and dropped, couldn't hang on to it. That's where we stand, 3rd and about 4, 3.
You do get a clock stoppage if you pick up the first down, so the run is certainly an option in this sequence of plays. And it is a run. It's a delay to Fury, and he's stacked up. He didn't make the first down. Central stepped up again, and they're going to call a timeout probably to stop the clock themselves. They want to keep as much time as they can And they did take a timeout. And the clock shows 1 minute and 30 seconds. So although Chelmsford stopped the scoring drive, they were not able to maintain anything themselves.
Well, they got a couple of options right now. They can try to go for the first down themselves on the 4th down. They can punt the ball, try for something else.
I think they're going to punt the ball.
They bring the punting unit out.
Right. I think that's the right call in this situation. Try maybe not to kick the ball to Darren Shaw directly, but I think that's the right call. Mounsey needs to get his foot into this one. Wouldn't be totally a surprise here if they went for the fake on this particular play.
Direct snap to Kidd, something like that.
Right. But the ball is back to Mounsey, and Mounsey booms one down the field. It's going to bounce, and it's going to bounce away from Shaw, and it's going to bounce deep, and he runs away from the ball inside the 10-yard line. Great kick by Eric Mounsey.
Absolutely a great kick. And we'll be back right after this. We are back, and Central Catholic deep in their own territory. 1 minute 18 to go. They're on their own 7-yard line.
That was a great kick at a time when they needed one. Central is not a passing team, so it'll be interesting to see what they do. They do have the lead, so they certainly don't have to risk anything, and they do get the ball to start the second half. Straight handoff, and coming up nicely here for Central looks like Shaw is the ball carrier again, and it's not. It's Adam Licharity, the ball carrier. 3 and 8 are tough to distinguish.
Chelmsford really trying to stop the run. You see Tim Leahy, who had the interception before, was the only guy back for the Lions. Everyone else was up defending the run.
All right, Central has the ball, 2nd and 4. And this is Shaw. He's a big back, and he doesn't go down easily. He fumbled it, but he fell on it. He dropped the football, but he fell right back on top of it.
Number 8, Darren Shaw. Tackle by number 24, Nick Colombo. Number 51, done.
All right, Central has called another timeout, and they have a first. All right, we're going to see a replay. And watch how Shaw is strong, but he does drop the football, and it comes right back to him. That would have been a wonderful chance to pick it up there. He does have the first down. And the ball is inside the Chelmsford 20-yard line. 1st and 10 Central, clock showing 39 seconds to go. And a pitch back, the sweep outside, he's got some room. He runs hard, he hits hard. He pounds people when he hits them. Central's calling another timeout. They have 30 seconds to go, and they don't have field position, but if they're going to call timeout, there must be some type of a pass play coming up here somewhere.
Yeah, it's probably the only thing they have to do. Well, you see, one of the only pass plays they've attempted tonight was picked off.
You know, I've been watching the game, and I've been kind of curious. What's the significance of Central's helmets? Like, what is that? What kind of design is that?
Well, a couple of years ago, actually, starting last year, they went to a new nickname, the Raiders instead of the Red Raiders, which they had been. That's CHS headman Bruce Rich, talking to Tim Leahy and a bunch of the other players down there on the field, trying to decide how they're going to defend this play.
Right, I don't think there's any question that you defend the football field here. You give them 7, 8, 9 yards. They're going to run out of timeouts. They have 70 yards to go to get a touchdown. So you need to defend the football field. Chelmsford has shown they can move the football. It's just a question of whether or not they can sustain a drive long enough. Chelmsford has had, in fact, over 100 yards rushing in the first half. So they've been and without even adding in the passing yardage. All right, here's Lawrence Central spreading the field a little bit now, but that could be something that they're just going to run the football straight ahead again. And that's exactly what they do. And there's the fumble, folks. Chelmsford's got this one, running the ball backwards. He was blasted on that play. Chelmsford's going to take over. 23 seconds left to go. And the Central running back is still down on the field.
Oh, he was hit
Mike
hard.
Tusadnot. And this number 40 is Andrew Matos. He'll see the replay. Watch him get hit. He was blasted on this play. He was hit real hard and got up very slowly. So let's set this up if we can. It's Chelmsford 1st and 10. The ball is on the 23-yard line of Central. Chelmsford has very few timeouts, maybe one, and 23 yards to go for a score. Central blitzing. Brown's got some daylight and a receiver, and he hits his receiver. Get out of bounds. Did he get out of bounds? No.
No, he didn't.
Can we stop the clock, though? Clock is running.
They're gonna try.
It wasn't a first down, and I guess Chelmsford doesn't have a timeout left. Spike the ball if we can. Spike it if we can, and we did. Clock shows 2 seconds to go. We've got enough time for a field goal, I think, folks. Clock shows 2 seconds. And here comes Mounsey onto the field.
There you go. They're going to try the field goal.
Well, where are we, Dan, on the field now? We're on the 15-yard line. Is that correct?
Yeah, looking at the ball, trying to find the ball. Yes, 15-yard line.
15-yard line, so that's going to bring up about a 32-yard field goal attempt by Eric Mounsey.
We've certainly seen him hit field goals before then.
Yeah, that's within his range. And what a huge lift to the Chelmsford football team if Eric can drive this one through the uprights, taking advantage of the turnover. So here we go. Smart the holder. Mounsey to kick. About a 32-yard field goal. Angle to his left. Ball is down. Kick is long enough. And it is dead center.
Wow, what a kick.
That ball was good from 50 yards. And I'm not exaggerating. That was a huge, huge kick. Last play of the first half.
What a kick. And going to the locker room, Chelmsford has the lead. And that's a huge play. And you see Chelmsford runs off. Central is walking off. They are dejected. We are back. Second half action. Score stands at 9-7. Chelmsford has the lead. Last play of the first half, Eric Mounsey hit a huge field goal.
Boy, what an emotional lift that had to be for the Chelmsford locker room, Dan, and what a downfall for the Central locker room. It'll be interesting to see how Central responds. They get the opening kickoff to see whether or not, if Chelmsford can shut them down on this offensive series and come back down the field and score, that will make a huge difference in the football game. Mounsey kicked that ball 32 yards and probably, as I said, could have made it from 52 yards.
Oh, hit the trees, the little trees in back of the end zone in the air. So
Chelmsford unofficially had 73 yards on the ground, led by John Kidd, 6 for 45, and passing 75 yards on 7 for 13 from Mark Brown. So we're ready to go, Dan. Start the second half.
Here we go. Yeah, Mounsey lining up. Looks like Lasherite and Shaw back deep.
What a great kick.
It's going to be taken by Lasherite.
And he's got a lane outside. He's got some people. Broke a tackle.
Got room outside, and that's going to make things a little more difficult for Chelmsford's defense.
Right, he had the right side of his left side of the football field to run down the sideline, and he brought the ball back up to about the Chelmsford Central 42-yard line, where they'll start 1st and 10.
Well, not the way you want to be starting that second quarter. Central Catholic down a little bit as they left the field, and not coming back.
I'm sure that this is, as I indicated, an important offensive series for both Central and defensive for Chelmsford.
Muserall drops, hands off to Shaw, but he's taken down, no gain whatsoever.
That was a nice tackle stepping up in there that time by number 45. That's Tim Daly making a great tackle there. Tim doing his mother and father real proud. Tim's dad, a nice, fine police officer in the town of Chelmsford. So Tim really filled that spot very nicely.
Saw Officer Daly twice as I was driving through Chelmsford Center today.
Slowly, I'm sure, Dan.
Very slowly, yes.
Right.
Muserall with one man split wide. The snap, the pitch is going to go out to Lasherite.
Lasherite is the ball carrier, that's right, and Mike Toussaint, the tackler. Apologies to Mike. My daughter has been telling me that I've been pronouncing his name incorrectly. So, Mike, I apologize, and my daughter has straightened me out, and we'll work on that the rest of the year. Third down, about 6, right, Dan?
Yeah, third down and about 6, and scoreboard says 7. Muserall with Shaw in motion.
And he's
Muserall
back to
drops
pass,
out.
and
in
he's
the
got
flat.
his receiver, and he did not make the first down,
No, he
Dan.
didn't.
Great tackle out there.
There's Tim Leahy.
Tim Leahy is playing a fine football game tonight. It's going to bring up an interesting situation for Central, and they haven't sent the punter out yet, folks. It's 4th down, about a yard to go, and they're right at midfield. They're not going to punt the football. They went for 2 last week against Bill Ricker at the end of the game, Tewksbury, excuse me. They're gambling. This is a huge defensive play. Chelmsford might need a timeout here. No, they're ready to go.
About 2 yards. Muserall, everyone stacked up.
And they don't think he made it. I don't think so, folks. You know, you throw the dice out there, and we're the official standing on our side of the field. He didn't make it. And boy, what another momentum shift this might be. We're going to bring the chains in, I think, and it's close. He did get a better spot than I thought, but it still looks like it's short. Yeah.
Getting signals from the crowd that it's
right.
about a foot short.
We're getting a lot of help from better eyes than mine, so looks like it might be short here. Let's hope so. Stretch it out. Chelmsford's happy. It's short. First and 10, Chelmsford.
Short by a good 2 feet.
Right. I really didn't understand the thinking on that play, Dan. I don't like to second guess, but ball at midfield, you team down just a little bit. Maybe Chuck Adamopoulos thought that he could bring his kids right back up by getting the first down there, but that was a huge a field position switch. Chelmsford taking over 1st and 10.
Just a risk that Adamopoulos felt he had to take for his team, and unfortunately it didn't work out for him.
Well, let's see if Chelmsford can capitalize now.
Brown with a man in motion. The give is going to be to 32. I believe that's Mike White.
And Mike carried the ball, gain of about 1. Not much there at all. That was Andy Sheridan that carried the ball in that play.
Number 32, yeah. 23. 23-32, the numbers get transposed. And
so we have another running back operation in, another tailback for Chelmsford. John Kidd has been consistently the blocking back and also the lead back tonight. Brown still has it.
Dropping. He's in trouble. Fires off a deep pass. It's picked
Intercepted.
off.
There was
picked
a
off
case.
by Lasherite.
Lasherite's running wide. Sin is brought down by McIsaac. So the gamble by Central did not hurt them.
Good job by John McIsaac getting outside and making that stop.
I'm sure that Mark Brown wanted that ball to go out of bounds. He just couldn't quite get it out there, and Lasherite was waiting just like a center fielder right underneath it. So the Central gamble cost them field position about 14 yards, but they got the ball back. It's going to bring up a 1st and 10 Central from about their own 35.
Muserall. The man in motion. Going to give to Lasherite, and he's going to be taken down for a loss. Central Catholic has got nothing on the run today.
That was Evan Dunn on the tackle, joined in there by number 97, Chris O'Brien. Central is running the counter, and that's been their bread and butter play, but Chelmsford is just sitting there waiting for it. And so far they have defensed it very well. With the exception of one play again, the Chelmsford defense has really stepped up.
Where they have done a nice job. Muserall brings his Raiders out. In motion, Muserall in trouble. Oh, they missed the tackle right there. But he's still going to be taken out for a loss.
And that's a loss. Blowing through there, I think, was number 62.
It's Tusignot.
Yeah, it's either that or Elton Hammond. I couldn't quite see the number, 62 or 65. It was Elton Hammond that went through there that time. Almost had him for a huge loss. But it's going to bring up 3rd down, about 12 yards to go for Central.
It's definitely a passing situation for Central Catholic, and see what Muserall does with it.
That's what they'd like you to think, maybe. They've spread the field a little bit, but I wouldn't be surprised to see them just short pass it, try to get it into the hands of one of their running backs. Muserall is being rushed. He's throwing wide open down the field. Nice catch to his tight end, number 87 for Central. And that's Paul Catulli. Catulli picks up the first down. Muserol did the job.
Borderline holding, I think, on the tackle, on the left tackle for Central Catholic.
Dan, this is a real football game. Here's the replay. Pass down the field. Nice jumping, leaping catch by Catulli. The ball's into Chelmsford territory on the Chelmsford 46-yard line.
Muserol.
Sure, he's breaking wide and he's breaking open. And we got a flag down though, folks. This one I think is going to come back.
I think so. Thrown in the backfield by the referee. I think that they're going to call a hold, and he is waving his arms.
You know, it's like sitting on, almost like sitting on the proverbial dynamite, watching Shaw touch the football. You stop him for 4 plays, and on the 5th play, he just gets a little daylight, and off he goes.
That's exactly what the call was.
This is going to be a major penalty against Lawrence Central when they would have been deep in Chelmsford territory. That's a situation, Dan, where I almost think the referee on the pass play might have been thinking holding, and then on that play found the hold.
Definitely that may be the case right there.
It's going to be first and about 24 yards to go for the first down now. That puts the ball back into Lawrence Central territory on the 41-yard line.
Muserol with Shaw in motion.
And here comes the Chelmsford rush. O'Brien, they've got him, folks, and he throws the ball away. This could have been grounding. It's an incomplete pass. Nice job by Muserol, Dan.
Yeah, nice job by Muserol, making sure he got that ball off. He was outside of the pocket, and had a receiver in the area, so they really can't call it a grounding play.
No, that was a nice job. With the Chelmsford all-out rush like they're coming right now, you got to watch out for a little bit of a screen pass here to Shaw. If you're going to come the way they just did, we got a replay, and you'll see how close he was to coming down.
So that one receiver that just jumped up on the ball.
This time Chelmsford's offside, and we're going to get not a penalty that's going to hurt a lot. That's actually not a bad place to take it. But they did jump.
It's a dead ball foul. It might be the talking. It might be a penalty on Central Catholic, the false start.
Yeah, it looked like all 5 of Chelmsford's linemen came at the same time, but yeah. I thought we were going to get the offside Chelmsford that time after the holding penalty. I didn't think they were going to call 2 in a row. Bruce Rich thinks they might have been moving, though. So it's 2nd down and 18 to go now for a first down. Ball's on the 48-yard line of Chelmsford.
Kevin Branco also thinks they went offsides.
Muserol back to pass.
He rolling, fires.
Oh,
what a catch.
Almost
No,
a great
incomplete.
catch. Oh, boy, he had his receiver wide open, number 44. And that's Vinny Farizzi. And Vinny had that ball just maybe an inch or 2 outside of his reach.
He had the ball, and then when he hit the ground, he dropped it. Couldn't hang on to it.
Here's the replay. Watch, folks, how close this was to a pass completion. Nicely thrown ball. Muserol is small, but he is able to. He's elusive. He gets himself to places where he can throw the football, a la Doug Flutie.
5'5", 160.
Right. He does a lot of the same things. Dropping straight back. He's rushed. And way down the field. This one should not be completed and is not. It's going to be 4th down, and Chelmsford is held one more time.
Nice job by the Lions again, holding Central Catholic, and I think in this situation, 4th down and 18, they almost have to punt.
Yes, I believe so, and I think this is only going to be Chelmsford's 2nd offensive play of the 3rd period. The clock showing 5:19 to go. We have a 9-7 score. Chelmsford in the lead. Central punting. Oh, and almost blocked again, but a nice kick. This is going into the end zone, I hope, folks. And it's not. Central's going to cover this punt beautifully. The Lions are going to be backed up against their goal line, about 5-yard line, and we'll be right back.
We are back. Chumps are deep in their own territory from the 4-yard line.
And they're running straight ahead, as you might expect at this particular juncture on the field. Offensive line, this is where you sort of strap on put the old chin strap on, tighten down the pads and say, folks, here we come, right straight ahead. Gain of about 5 yards on that play, so a nice gain on that first down play.
One of the more important things for Chumps to do is move the ball, not only move the ball downfield, but take up time.
We'd certainly never give enough credit to the offensive line, but they are doing a nice job tonight, opening some holes, and this is another case where we're getting out close to first down yardage here. Ball carried by, looks like Mike White, number 32.
Yep, that's Mike White in there right now, number 32.
All right, gain of 4 on the play, so it's going to bring up a 3rd and 1 for Chelmsford. Ball on about the 14-yard line.
Pushing of Haverhill.
Big play.
Your white Maxima on Richardson Road needs to be moved.
And it is a big play. It's 3rd down, about a yard. We need a first down here, folks. And it's going to be close, but that may be shy. We need a good spot, and we're getting a fairly decent spot. I think we may have the first down, Dan.
That's what it is. It's a first down. They did get a good spot right there.
And that does 2 things. You keep the football and keeps the drive moving. Clock showing 3:45 and counting. We're in the 3rd period, folks, with the score. Chelmsford 9, Lawrence Central 7.
And Chelmsford now doing what they need to do, get the ball upfield for about their 15. A little bit of breathing room now.
A little bit now. You can maybe think a little bit more, less conservatively, and we'll see what happens. And we have a official's whistle. And
what it is, blown by the umpire in the middle of the defense there.
I think the ball might have moved before the center actually touched it, so we're ready to go again. And Brown is back to pass, and he's got daylight down the sideline, and he's taking the ball down the sideline. Well down the sideline.
Knocked out of bounds with his own 40, the Central 44. Great run by Brown.
That is about a 41-yard pickup on that play. If my math is correct, 35 and about 4, so about 40 yards on that play by Mark Brown.
Now it's safe to say they have breathing room.
That's right. Here's the replay. What a great burst of speed by Mark down the sideline. Showing more speed than I've seen from him all year long. And he's back to pass, looking for John Kidd. Get it out of bounds this time, please, and he did. This one was caught by the tuba player, Dan.
Yeah, or maybe one of the Lions down there, the cheerleaders throwing the ball back into the field. So.
Right. Mark has had an excellent football game tonight. What I've seen from up here is that he has daylight every time he rolls out to pass. He has the opportunity to run the football.
Well, the thing is that Chelmsford is really spreading Central Catholic's defense to the breaking point every play.
And he hasn't run the football all year long, so that's another weapon that Central certainly has not seen coming into tonight's game. Ball is given to John Kidd, running straight ahead. And gains about 4 yards, crosses the 45 down to about the 43.
There you just see the power of the fullback right there, coming up and really laying a nice hit on the defensive line, pushing forward for a few yards.
Very impressed with John Kidd's game. Here's the replay. Notice the blocking in the offensive line. They have slowly but surely moved the Central defensive line backward on each of the plays. 3rd and about 7 here.
Just a Chelmsford size coming into play.
Brown back to pass, looking down the field. He's got his receiver, and it's a completion.
It's Mike's.
No, that's I think that's
Mike Smith.
Mike Smith.
92.
That's right. 92.
Number 92, Mike Smith.
What a target Mike is down there, boy. He just sets himself up and pitches the tent, and really he's just a huge target to throw to.
Well, really is a nice target for Mark Brown to throw to. 6'2", 210.
And Chelmsford's down now to the 30-yard line of Lawrence Central, 1st and 10. Mixing up the run and pass beautifully. And outside comes...
Tried to counter back inside as he was wrapped up.
And that was Tim Holt. Not much room for Tim that time. Central defense did well. He did get back to the line of scrimmage.
But he did do a nice job getting back to the line of scrimmage. He wrapped up in the backfield after he broke that tackle, cut back inside.
Clock showing 1:30 and counting. Chelmsford on their second offensive series of the second half. Brown back to pass, looks over the field, looks long, looks to the corner of the end zone, and a great catch. That's Jeff Smart. Just went up and outfought Aaron LaCharity for that football. What a great reception, folks.
Smart using his height right there to go up and make that catch, pull it down. And now they're at the 3-yard line.
You know, it's hard to say which one of the two people, Mark Brown or Jeff Smart, made a better play on that, but I think you have to say they equally made a great play. The ball was thrown perfectly. The catch was made perfectly. 1st and goal. John Kidd running straight ahead.
Touchdown.
He's close. It's a touchdown. Touchdown, Chelmsford.
Chelmsford's second touchdown of the night. And a great job moving Chelmsford downfield. Absolutely incredible.
That, folks, was a 96-yard scoring drive. You don't get them too much longer than that. 96 yards on about 8 or 9 plays. The big play, of course, was the Mark Brown run and the Jeff Smart catch down to the 3-yard line.
They've really played virtually a flawless game in terms of penalties, and that's really an improvement from last week.
Mounsey on to kick. Kick looks good, and it is good. Chelmsford 16, Lawrence Central 7. 49 seconds to go in the 3rd period.
What a game this is shaping up to be. Chelmsford leads. We'll be back after this. Mood is a little bit lighter. You see Chelmsford's crowd right here, and they're certainly impressed with the play. And just let you know about a little thing we got going up here in the booth. We have we each bought an arm's length of raffle tickets and put them together, and whoever wins, we're going to split the money. So.
That's right. Dan paid for both of them, though, so he's a real nice guy. I'm just kind of riding his coattails. Mounsey's kick is down to, it's into the end zone. Neither one of the Central players wanted the football.
I don't blame them, seeing how Chelmsford was coming down the field.
That was strange. The ball was right down the middle, and both Central deep backs looked at each other and said, I've got it, no, you take it, and neither one of them ended up with the football.
It looked like, I don't know what happened, it looked like the ball stopped in the middle of the end zone.
Right.
Chelmsford picked it up, that would be a touchdown, but...
Central did cover it, so they're going to get the ball 1st and 10 on their own 20-yard line, trailing in the game 16-7, clock showing 41 seconds to go in the 3rd period.
Certainly 16-7 means Central Catholic has to score twice. Whatever it is.
And they're in a position where they can't just sit and run the ball all the time now. They're going to have to think about the pass. This is nothing here.
Central Catholic really hasn't gotten anything in the run. That's number 48.
Matzos, I believe.
That's Matt Maroon.
Matt Maroon, right.
Number 48, the sophomore. 5'11", 190 pounds. He's a sophomore.
You know, Dan, I said earlier in the game, whichever defensive coach can make adjustments, and Central looked good on their first offensive series and put the heat right on Coach Fletcher, and it looks like he's made some adjustments.
Fletcher certainly has made the adjustments.
That was a loss of about 2, and we got a whistle again here. And that's going to be the end of the 3rd period. Chelmsford scored a touchdown. 16 Chelmsford, 7 Lawrence Central.
Well, now we get 11 minutes to go. 11 minutes, the biggest 11 minutes of the season so far.
There's no question, Dan, that this is a huge 4th period. This is a big one. We're going to go to a break, and we'll be right back with the exciting conclusion.
We are back, going over the listing the Chelmsford High School cheerleaders, introducing them.
It's exciting to come to the Chelmsford football games to see the band perform. They do a tremendous job. The cheerleaders doing a great job. It's all part of the package that makes high school athletics the really exciting event that it is. If you've never been, don't stay home. Come and watch these people play.
Merrimack Valley Conference.
We've got
Bring
just
it up for the 50-50 raffle ticket.
just a great crowd here tonight, and hopefully they all bought raffle tickets there.
Yes, yes. Hopefully,
All right.
it's a blue ticket that he's bringing up, and we both have blue tickets.
Good
so.
sign. Well,
Very
we
good
have
sign.
movement, I think, along the offensive line for Central. I think Central is going to be penalized 5 yards here, and that's not the way they wanted to start the fourth period.
Stephanie Jones.
So we're going back 5 yards, and it's going to be second down and about 15. Defense. Well,
Defense, oh.
Julie Moreno.
Central players walked back and thought that they were guilty in that particular
Kelly
case.
McClure.
So instead of 2nd and 15, it's going to be 2nd and 5.
Hannah Yoon.
Muserel calling signals.
JJ Thorne.
And on the counter play, coming outside for the first down, up across the 30-yard line, is Central's.
I think that was Shaw.
That was Shaw. That's right. Shaw, the ball
Ladies and
carrier.
gentlemen, Your Lions.
We're in the
Jamie
fourth period. The
Paul.
clock running.
Samantha Hanlon.
And Central is in a situation where they need to put some points on the board here. They can't really go by too many more drives without scoring.
Definitely not 1st and 10 for him.
Muserel keeping the ball. He pitches wide. Did a nice job on the option. And nice tackle coming up for Chelmsford. Number 7 is Tim Leahy again. And number 46 on that play for Chelmsford. And that's Barry McDonald.
Aaron Shaw with the run. Brought down by number 7, Tim Leahy.
That's a gain of about 9, though, for Shaw, just short of a first down. Clock showing 10 minutes in the fourth period. Chelmsford 16, Central 7.
1 yard, you obviously expect the run, and Chelmsford to bring everyone close within 5 yards of the line of scrimmage. Within 6 yards, anyhow. Going
And
outside.
this is an interesting play with Muserel keeping the ball, and he's down the sideline doing a nice job. And Central player hurt back up on field. Looks like a cramp maybe.
Dan Willett.
Dan Willett, the tackler on the play.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention.
But a
please.
first down, nevertheless,
Raffle.
across midfield into Chelmsford territory.
Blue ticket. Number 113-570.
Well, I think
Win raffle ticket 113.
Central is moving the ball
570.
smartly now, and this is a key series, key drive for them. Key for Chelmsford's defense, key for Central's offense.
Is
Muserel on the counter. And
Shaw breaks free.
Shaw, that just doesn't fall down. He just keeps moving forward. Well, Dan is in tears over here because, folks, neither one of our lottery tickets, raffle tickets, are going to win tonight. So,
Oh, we still got a couple of home games left. So.
well, we do. A couple more chances. Maybe pizza tonight. Maybe Tom down in the truck has the winning ticket, folks.
Maybe.
It's second and about a yard to go for the first down. Ball is on the Chelmsford 34-yard line. Chelmsford jumped again, but did not get offside, I don't believe. But Central has a first down.
That's Maroon coming up, number 48.
Clock is showing 8:34. First down, here's the first down. Watch Chelmsford jump, but they get back.
Number 113.
You actually couldn't see it right there.
570.
All right, it's first and 10 for Lawrence Central. The ball is on the Chelmsford 29-yard line. Sorry. Muserel getting stuffed at the line of scrimmage. He sidestepped one player, but he got knocked down for no gain.
About a 1 yard loss.
Mike Tuzanot and Chris O'Brien, Greg Myers, sorry, on the tackle.
that's what Chelmsford right here, they need to do. 7:51, let's take
Here's a replay. And watch as Miserol has nowhere to go on this play. Central taking a long time in the huddle. That's certainly helpful to Chelmsford. This might be indicative of some type of a trick play. Took a little longer to call this one. And it's Miserol to pass. He's back. He's got his receiver. No. And no flag. Great defensive play that time.
Good timing by Greg Jarvis.
Greg Jarvis making a real nice play. Chelmsford player is down, folks. Back up field, we've got a Lion that's on the field. And it's going to be a 3rd and about 11 to go for the first down. And it's can't get the number of the Chelmsford player. The clock shows 7 minutes and 25 seconds. Chelmsford's leading in the game 16-7, and we'll take a break and find out what's going on. We'll be right back. All right, we're back, folks. 3rd and 11, Central. Ball on the 35-yard line of Chelmsford. Userall to pass, stands up and gets carried and fumbles it. He's sacked, and the ball looks like Chelmsford may have this.
Chelmsford has it, that's the indication. Incredible, the second half, Chelmsford defense just all over the Central Catholic team.
Just can't say enough about the Chelmsford defense tonight, folks. They have really stood up real tall and just done a great job. Boy, that was a key play. Looked like Mike Tuzanot fumble recovery. Userall dragged the pass, got blindsided, and just dropped the ball. Chelmsford 1st and 10. And this play is well read by the Central defense. And coming through there to make that tackle for Central for a loss, number 51, Brandon Waite. So Chelmsford wants to take some time off the clock. 7 minutes in the game. They want to move the ball forward, though, and not backward in doing it. It's going to be 2nd and 15 to go for a first down.
Definitely what they'll have to do. Ravanis into the game out of the split end.
Brown to pass. He's rushed. He swings wide. He can't get away this time. And he is brought down for a sack, a loss of about 7 more. So the clock is moving, but Chelmsford's going in the wrong direction. And Central may have called a timeout. They did. They know, folks, that they have to get the ball twice to win the football game.
Smart, and that's what they're going to do. Right here, call a timeout, force Chelmsford to, really make plays, try to get the first down here.
Right, and it's a 3rd and 26. I'm sure what they want to do now is to possibly Chelmsford may not even throw the ball here. They may make Central take another timeout. Time is on their side. Central's come through with 2 nice defensive plays in a row, though.
Just so we know, the player that was down the field, Chris Thunderback, he got up very quickly and ran off the field, so probably just had the wind knocked out of him.
That's right. Good news for Chris. All right, here we go. 3rd and about 25.
Jeff Smart called a timeout.
And Jeff calls timeout. And a very good timeout because the clock was stopped anyway, and we'll take a timeout and we'll be right back. Wouldn't be surprised if we'd see him put the ball up. And he is going to put the ball up, and it's going to go down the field, long out to Jeff Smart. He stretches out and almost makes the catch. Out of bounds. Jeff made a great try. So it's a 4th down. Looks like certainly a punting situation.
Of course, that's a play that, a lot of people will second guess, but I'm not going to do it. That's the call it.
Right, I thought it was a great call.
Right.
I agreed that with that. He threw it down the field far enough. You take a shot at the first down. You have a 2-possession lead. You have a good kicker. He needs to kick the ball real well. He's been a factor in the football game already, and he needs to kick it again. Central will probably all be coming this time, and they are. And he gets a booming kickoff. Shaw is going to receive, drops it, and it looks like a clip here on that.
Oh, there's no flag on the
boy, no flag, folks. Chelmsford stands, I can't believe it. You know,
Wow. That was about as obvious a clip as they come. And
boy, that was pretty blatant,
that.
I thought. That was amazing. If we can see the replay on this, you make the call yourselves, folks. Watch the ball, the blocker, hopefully we've got it. And it's just out of our view. We couldn't quite see it. Anyway, Lawrence Central has the football. They're on the Chelmsford 39-yard line. It's 1st and 10, 6 minutes to go in the 4th period.
Certainly a break for Central.
Mazzarell has the ball, looking downfield. He's got his receiver, and his receiver catches it. A real nice catch, number 44 Central. J.P. Power. Chelmsford man a little slow to get up on that play. Power does have some power. He's a big boy. Watch the replay.
And 25, that's Willette, but he's getting up a little slowly.
All right, Central 1st and 10. They're on the Chelmsford 32-yard line. Uzzarell back to pass. He's passing often, and he's got his receiver just outside his receiver. Campbell was the receiver. He was well covered down there. Uzzarell can throw the ball, Dan.
Sure he can. He's got the arm strength. I think with Central Catholic, they've got great fullback, great tailback, and Darren Shaw.
And here's the replay. And well covered down there by number 43 of Chelmsford, who is Brian Viglione. 2nd and 10. Central in 4-down territory, certainly trailing by 9 points in the football game. Inside handoff and holding on for dear life. Got to get that Chelmsford defender. That looks like Chris Sendelbeck and
65
Evan
in there.
Right.
Evan Dunn in there and Elton Hammond.
Elton Hammond, sorry. Elton Hammond holding on, making a nice play. It's going to be 3rd down and 9. And we got a replay. And really nice job, interior Chelmsford defensive line. Uzzarell back to pass. He's being rushed, being hit, and it's incomplete.
Just bounces out of his reach. That's Catulli, number 87, tight end.
Folks, this is 4th down. It's 9 yards to go. There's 4:53 showing on the clock, and we've got this replay. We're doing a great job tonight with replays. Just inches away from a completion. Central just has to come up with a 1st down here, or it's going to be real difficult for them to win this football game. So this is a huge defensive play.
Under 5 minutes right here. Central looks like they're going to try to spread the field out a little bit. Only one man in the backfield, but it's going to be Shaw in motion.
Uzzarell back to pass. He gets pressure up the middle. He looks, he got his receiver, and it's a nice catch inside, running down into the Chelmsford 10-yard line.
Good carry after the fact, too, by the receiver down there.
Number 87.
That's Catulli.
Catulli has made 3 great catches tonight in key situations, and that was a great one. Here's the replay.
Well, a couple of tackles and finally wrapped up.
Quarterback draw. Uzzarell fights for yardage down to about the 5-yard line. Central is not going to go home without a battle tonight. The clock showing 4 minutes and 17 seconds to go. 16-7, Chelmsford.
That was the play that Haverhill scored on.
That's right.
And so Central taking a play right out of Haverhill's book.
That's right. The thing that Chelmsford can do now and help themselves is to make Central take more plays here to get this ball into a scoring situation. Keep the clock going. Shaw on the sweep. He cuts it up. He's close, but he didn't get in, and that's just what you wanted Chelmsford to do in that case. Keep him out of the end zone.
Still about 5 yards out, and it's going to be, it will be a 1st down and 1st and goal from the 4.
And we got a replay. 3:46 and counting on the clock.
Coming around to the outside.
It's first and about 5, first and goal from the 5. And Chelmsford's going to take a timeout.
Leahy called that one in the end, number 7, Chelmsford.
It's important, as I started to say before, that if Central is going to score, that you don't give them a quick score. Make them use a couple more plays. Make the clock run a little bit more. You are going to get the ball back. Maybe an onside kick, I would expect, but you want them to have as little time as possible if they do get it back.
I think the onside kick is a certainty, especially if Central puts the ball into the end zone. It's probably going to give them 2 minutes 30 seconds as we see Bruce Rich trying to tell his team what he wants from him.
This is a point in the game where you really have to battle both offensively and defensively. Give credit to Lawrence Central. They've hung in. They know they need 2 scores. They know it's the 4th period. They have to step up and score here, and they need to score as quickly as possible. Chelmsford, on the other hand, needs to make the clock move.
Where's Melvin?
This has been Central's best offensive series since their first one of the game. So the Chelmsford Lions back on the field, and we're ready to start the last 3:35 of the game. Game has moved along crisply tonight.
Certainly it has. And
all right, here we go. Muzzarella, the quarterback, looking over the Chelmsford defense. Long count, straight back, handoff, running straight up the middle, close, and into the end zone, I believe. Yes, touchdown. The ball was fumbled, but he broke the plane of the goal, and that was Shaw, their bread and butter back, just coming through, quickly scoring.
Adamopoulos has a decision to make whether he's going to go for 2 or the PAT.
Well, I think it's the PAT here,
Yeah.
Dan. He's got a real good kicker. 1 point helps him, 2 doesn't do much, so we've got a attempt here for the extra point. Landers is the kicker, and a good one. And we have a whistle on the field, and we have a flag on the field. And something...
Too many men in the field?
that's possible.
Substitution.
Legal substitution. Well, we tried to sneak that 12th player on the field, and those referees, you can't sneak anything past them. They can count right up there to 12 pretty nicely.
Substitution on the defense. Refuse.
Guys, get off the field.
This game, Dan, has been everything that people said it would be.
A great game.
2 fine football teams going head to head. The kick is good. Score is Chelmsford 16, Lawrence Central 14, and we have 3:29 to go, and we'll be right back to deliver that.
Are back, the last 3:29 of the football game. Central Catholic just coming out onto the field right now. I think the biggest thing you can expect for them is an onside kick.
Yeah, I totally agree, and I think Chelmsford is expecting that as well. They've got 9 of their people within 5 yards of each other. I'm sure that's what Central would like to do here. Central is within a field goal. They have a good kicker. They need to get the ball back, and I think they're going to try the onside kick.
Bruce Rich is expecting them to go for the far side, and he's got most of the Chelmsford defense on the far side.
Right. It's possession is what you want now. You don't need a run back. You just need the football. So here we go. Landers is ready to go, and Chelmsford is ready to go. And he does kick it. It didn't go 10 yards. That ball, I don't think, went 10 yards before it was touched by a Central player. People on the Chelmsford side are yelling that it was touched too early. We have the football anyway, so it's going to be first and 10 Chelmsford from their own 45-yard line.
Big play for Chelmsford, and Central Catholic player a little slow getting up. That's number 1, Jared Pelletier.
I think it might have been Jeff Smart with his hands on that football, recovering it for Chelmsford. First and 10.
I think the call wasn't made for the premature touch because the Central Catholic player, even though he may have touched it, he pulled his body back.
Right.
Good job of selling his case.
Chelmsford straight ahead. They need a first down. Running wide is Fury. Did he get outside? He does, and he can stay in bounds. He did stay in bounds. What a great individual effort by Bill Fury on that play. Could have been tackled in the backfield, 5 or 6 yard loss.
Showing his speed, his determination, getting outside, and instead picks up 6 yards, and it's a
and watch the
second and
replay
4.
if we give a chance real quick. Notice how Bill just gets around the outside. This is a sophomore, folks, and playing a big-time football game as a sophomore.
So Chelmsford with the 3 men in the backfield, just trying to pound it forward.
And Fury carries the ball one more time. Central's going to take a timeout now. He's short of the first down. Clock showing 2 minutes and 39 seconds to play. Chelmsford leading 16-14. It's going to be a third and about 3 to go for a first down.
Chuck Adamopoulos, the Central Catholic coach, is a very smart guy. He's a very good coach. And he knows exactly what he wants from his guys. He knows exactly how to use his timeouts.
And Central Catholic had a 4th down and about 9 yards to go on that last drive to pick up a first down. They converted on it and took it in for the touchdown. Chelmsford has a 3rd down and about 3. It's conversion time for Chelmsford now.
It really is. That 4th and 9, that's absolutely huge for Central Catholic. And a little bit easier.
Do you dare throw the ball here, Dan? Chelmsford doesn't look like they're going to.
Stacking everyone up.
Right. Doesn't look like they're going to, and they're not. It's John Kidd, and he's going to be short. He's going to be short by about a yard. Will Central call another timeout? Yes, they will. Central has done what they needed to do. They short time off the clock. 4th down in the game. Chelmsford, no doubt, will have to punt this football and make Central go a long way with about 2:30 to go.
No, and we'll see. Chelmsford's going to take advantage of the Central timeout and discuss things. Mark Brown's still out on the field. I don't see Eric Mounsey anywhere.
No, I think that Chelmsford's got a little injury here. Johnny Kidd came up a little lame on that play, and they're attending to John. But they really have to think about what they're going to do here with the football. It's 4th, and it's a good yard, maybe 2. The ball is just over midfield into Central territory. I just believe you have to punt the football here.
I think so. I think that's the case.
Right.
And that's the punting unit coming out onto the football field.
Both sides of the field are up. The Central side, the Chelmsford side. This is an important snap. It's an important kick. We don't need a block here.
Central does. They have 10 guys. And they're going to send them all forward against Eric Mounsey.
About 2:25 left in the game when it is time they get the ball back. So a big snap. And it's a great snap. And it's a nice high kick, not particularly long. We need a bounce, and we got a bounce. Now keep the clock going. Don't touch it. That's good.
That's what they need to do, and you got 2:18 left. Central Catholic crowd getting very loud over on the other side.
You know, if you're sitting at home on that couch, this is the time where you strap on that seatbelt because it's 2:18 and for the season, basically, right here. Chelmsford defense has to step up and make a play. What a time this would be for a nice pass interception. Central has the horses to go the distance. They have the ball on their own 19. First and 10.
Do you think they're really gonna have to throw the ball in this situation?
Well, they've used 3 timeouts on defense, so they've only got 2 left to go. And Muserel is back to pass. The inside pass, it's completed, but a short game keeps the clock going, and it's down to 2:09 and counting now.
It's not what Central Catholic wanted.
No,
and
that
he
was
regroups him very quickly.
Well-designed play, but a better defensive job. And we'll show the replay. We have a timeout.
It's a 2-minute warning.
2-minute warning. So we'll get a chance to see the replay. Central doing a smart thing, though, throwing short passes, getting the ball into the hands of their fine running backs. So there is straight up on the clock, 2 minutes to go. Central is already at the line of scrimmage. Chelmsford 16, Central 14. Remember, folks, they have an excellent kicker. They don't have to get a touchdown. Uzzarell flips it out into the flat. This guy will get out of bounds, and he did. And ridden out of bounds is LaCharity. Central is playing in another nail-biter. They did last week. Nice gain. Clock showing 1:53. It's a first down.
And this is really the sign of a good football team, and they have shown all season that they're a good football team, coming back and holding opponents in the end of the football game, and Chelmsford's done the same.
They have the ball on their own 35-yard line, 1st and 10, 1:53 left in the game. Uzzarell looks over the Chelmsford defense, calls signals. Shaw in motion. Uzzarell keeps the ball himself. I don't understand that play at all, Dan.
I don't know. I think it was a broken play. It looked like he may have mishandled the snap a little bit, just bobbled it just a tiny bit.
Right, and they've taken their 4th timeout of this half. They'll have one more to go, and I think they'd like to save that for someplace where you might be in a field goal position. They definitely now have to use the side of the football field. The sidelines, things over the middle, I don't think really are an option for them. The clock shows 1 minute and 45 seconds.
No, it's not. They really have to go straight forward, straight at him.
So Chelmsford is huddling around their defensive coach, Fletcher. The ball is just across the 35, about the 37-yard line. Central needs to get the ball somewhere down to the Chelmsford 20 to probably have a realistic chance to kick the field goal. And they have time to do that. One timeout, I do believe, is all they have left, however. So you can think that they're going to use the wide side of the field. Easy for you to say.
This is just turning into an electric atmosphere down here.
Uzzarell straight back to pass. He's got time. He looks downfield. It's broken.
Oh, what a play!
Great defensive play. Chelmsford defensive back all
that
over
was
that
Jarvis.
play. Jarvis just making a great defensive stand. It's going to be 3rd down and 8. Central has 2 more chances, folks.
And they're gonna have to take both of those chances.
Watch this replay. Great play by Greg Jarvis. Coach Branco exerting his defensive backs. He takes great pride in them, and he wants them to come through for him right now. Chelmsford's not coming on the blitz. Uzzarell has time. Oh, looks like a hold out here, and it's completed. Fumble! And Central has the football, incomplete or complete. It's a completed pass.
Yeah, it was an incomplete pass. The whole crowd is waving incomplete.
It's got to be an incomplete pass, but they're not going to call that as incomplete.
Never had control of that ball.
Here's the replay. You make the call. It sure didn't look like he had that at all.
No way.
It is 1st and 10. The ball is on the Chelmsford 44-yard line. Clock showing 1 minute, 27 seconds to go in the game. Central is getting closer to where they need to be.
No way. That was an awful call.
Uzzarell has the ball, sweeping wide. He's backed up and buried. What a great defensive play. Clock showing 1:10 and counting. That was number 24. That was Nick Palumbo coming through to stepped up nicely and brought him down a gain of about a yard. 1 minute to go in our football game. The clock is moving.
This is all going to come down to who wants it more.
Uzzarell calling signals. He's back to pass. He's got time. Looks out in the flat. He's got his receiver, but he stays in bounds.
That's fine.
Continues.
That's fine for Chelmsford to give up yardage as long as they keep them in bounds.
Jarvis and Palumbo. The clock shows 35 seconds, 34 and counting. Central has not much time left. Chelmsford, they've got to take a shot at the end zone pretty soon here. The crowd comes to its feet. What an exciting finish to this game, folks. This is high school football at its best. Central back running through in the middle of the field. That they have a timeout, they've got to use it. Well, they got a first down. The clock shows 14 seconds to go.
And they take their
final timeout. realistically, they may have time for 2 more plays.
Tackle by number 24, Nick
2 more
Colombo.
plays. Well,
This-
actually 3 more. 1 play, then a spike play, and then try.
All right, we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back with the exciting finish. Folks, Central has just taken their last timeout. They have the ball on the 30-yard line of Chelmsford. The clock shows 14 seconds to go in the game, and Chelmsford has a 2-point lead. You can't get much more exciting than this in high school football.
Huge. Absolutely huge.
It's a
Trying to get
first
this-
and 10, but that is sort of meaningless. It's can Central get the ball down and to the sideline and attempt a field goal?
They're going to have to go deep. They're going to have to go with at least a 10-yard route.
Central either goes deep here or goes sideline short to set up the field goal. Musarel sprints out, looks down the sideline. He's got his receiver, and he gets out of bounds. And
Ball,
incomplete.
no, incomplete.
He bobbled it. It's incomplete. The clock shows 7 seconds to go. This could very well be the last chance for Central.
I think this will be the last chance for Central. The clock has stopped, and I think their only choice right here with how far they are back, they're on their own 29, or the Chelmsford 29.
This ball, Dan, has to go toward the end zone. It has to get to the end zone. Look for a pass interference play. That really is their only realistic chance. It's sort of the Hail Mary pass and hope that it gets bobbled around, they catch it. Or they're trying a field goal, folks. Watch the fake here.
To me, this has to be a
it's too
fake.
much time. It's going to come back 5 more. Illegal substitution.
Illegal substitution.
Right. Now that really takes maybe the field goal chance away from them.
From the 30, though, that's a 47, 48-yard field goal.
Right, and the kicker is coming off the field now, so that took that option away. And let's go back to plan A, I believe, where the ball has to go to the goal line. The game can end on an offensive penalty. It cannot end on a defensive penalty. Here we go. Play of the season for Chelmsford. They're lining up in the Hail Mary pass play. Musarel drops back, throws it way down the field. It's a jump ball.
Incomplete.
The clock is 0. The game is over. The Chelmsford Lions 16. Lawrence Central Catholic 14.
Incredible.
What a finish to this football game. You don't get any more exciting than this one. Chelmsford players mobbing the field. What a great victory for Chelmsford High School.
What a great game. Everything it was built up for. Both teams playing incredible football. Central Catholic, you can't say enough about the way they played. They were awesome.
Central Catholic 2 points short. That's the difference in the football game in score. I think it was also the difference in the way it was played. A tremendous victory for the Chelmsford Lions. They moved to 7-0, and they've won 21 out of the last 23 football games.